Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of Crafting with Class. Today, I'm sharing the Anna Griffin Sending Sympathy card kit to create some beautiful, heartfelt sympathy cards. I have created some of my own and some from the inspiration sheet, so I hope that you enjoy. It's the Anna Griffin Sending Sympathy card making kit. I unboxed this a while back. It doesn't come with any dies, but you get everything else that you need to create these beautiful cards. That is, card makers. This is not our favorite type of card to make, definitely not for me. But I'm really glad that I have it and I was able to create some beautiful cards with it. So let me go ahead and get started and show you the process of a couple of cards and then all the cards that I created with this kit so far. I started off by choosing the card base, and then I took one of the vellum. It's a colored vellum sheet. I die cut it with the Carte Noir slimline die that I love. So I die cut that, and then I'm going to layer one of the topper pieces that comes in the kit. So I'm just going to adhere the vellum down with my ATG tape. You can barely see it. It works great, but I know I'm going to be covering up, so I'm not too worried. I added some foam adhesive to the back. This is from Dollar Tree, and I like it because it's super sticky. It is not coming off, and I like the dimension it gives. I picked out some flowers that I wanted to put, and anytime I'm designing a card, I always go ahead and put the pieces where I think I will want them. And sometimes I will take a picture just if it's a little bit more elaborate design. But this is pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to go ahead. Once I know kind of where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and start attaching the pieces. So I'm adding a little bit of foam adhesive. These are different. These are the 3M ones. And I really, really love these because they are a little bit lower profile, but they still give you that nice lift. So I'm going to put some in the back of each of these and kind of laying them out. Now, I don't press down all the way, just kind of place them because if I need to move them, then I want to be able to do that without tearing the paper. So as I'm laying these out, I'm adding adhesive just to strategic places like this one. I'm not even putting on the flower itself. I'm putting it on the card base and then adjusting to, depending on where I want it. Now, this little tag sentiment, I want to adhere underneath to the bottom. I knew that I wanted to add a ribbon bow to that little part that makes up like the tag hole. So I grabbed a ribbon that I had from my stash. This is also from Anna. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it there. And so I'm going to go ahead and use a glue dot to go ahead and stick on the back of that ribbon. And usually that holds it well enough for me, especially with these little ones. If they're the bigger ones, then I'll probably go ahead and use hot glue, but these little ones will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it, how I want it. And then for the last thing I want to do is I'm going to add this little bee at the top. I'm going to fold the little wings up just to give it dimension. And then I'm going to add some little tiny foam adhesive. Now these are Anna's, I believe her little ones, and they have a lot of dimension. So that's what I wanted for my little bee at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and peel back the liner and then attach it to the top. And this is pretty much my card. I am going to add some little finishing touches. So first I'm going to take the Spectrum Noir shimmer pen. I'm not sure that's the name of it, but this. And what I love about this pen is that it gives a nice shimmer. It's a very subtle, I don't know if you can even tell here, but it's very subtle and beautiful. So it's not like stickles where it's like, bam, glitter, because I don't think that, that's quite appropriate for sympathy cards. Everything should be muted and a little more subdued. And that's what this does. So that's why I like this a lot. So I just put it on the bee's wings and then scattered it on the flowers. Now I'm taking my pearl pen and just adding little pearls to the middles of some of the flowers. Again, not super obvious, just little subtle touches. And so I'm going to add one to the top there. And with that, I think I am going to finish. So again, I'm not putting it all over the place, going crazy. Just a few here and there. But I do want to add a little bit more detail to the very bottom. So I'm just going to do a little bit of dot detail with this pearl pin. That is a detail I love to do. So you'll see them throughout my cards. All right, so that is going to complete this first card. On to the second. So I picked out my card base and I die cut again one of the vellum layers, and all these vellum panels are colored vellums, which is really nice because it's not something I'm used to working with. So I really enjoyed working with colored vellum. It gives such a lovely touch. So I picked out another panel. I added more of that Dollar Tree foam adhesive to it, and then I layered it on top, making sure it was pretty even on all sides. Next, I went ahead and picked out the embellishments, the flowers and such that I wanted to add to this card. And again, as per me, per my usual, I go ahead and just put them and arrange them first how I think I might want them before I attach anything. So once I have decided I have enough embellishments or whatever, then I'll go ahead and glue them down. Now I die cut these corners from the china cabinet dies. I love these corners. I wish there were more, but it just adds such a lovely touch. And with these sympathy cards, I feel like, gold can be definitely used to enhance the card, but I think there's like a limit. And so adding these little corners right there to the ends, I think is just the right touch of gold. So now I'm ready to go ahead and attach, and I'm just kind of bending this fern die cut here just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to attach it with some foam tape and just kind of put it to the side like that. Doing the same thing with this little bunch of flowers, just kind of bringing those edges upward, just again for a little dimension. And then I'm going to add some foam tape to the back. And then I'm going to adhere that on the card panel like so. And again, even though it looks like I'm pressing, I'm really not. I'm just kind of touching it just so that it'll stay in that place. But if I need to pull it up like I am here, I am able to. So I'm kind of deciding what I want to do with this flower. And so I am going to kind of arrange it till I have it where I want. And so we'll do that. And that's why not pressing down on that foam tape helps. So I'm going to keep working with that. I'm going to attach it with some foam tape there. And then for my last little flower, I know I want at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the bottom. All right, so now I have all my stuff and I'm ready to adhere those corners. So I'm using these sticky dot die cut adhesive sheets. They come with this little dot adhesive. I've had this for eons. I don't even know if they make this anymore. But what I love about this is that the adhesive is really strong. It's not like your typical, kind of not very strong dot adhesive. This is really strong. And so you just put it on and then you just rub it because the top liner will help you to really get that adhesive, on all the nooks and crannies. And then you just, adhere it to your card. So I like using this for very fine details where I can't use glue. Just like these little corners. So it works perfectly for this. I'm sure that, I think actually I saw it on HSN, something similar to this. So even if they don't make ThermoWeb still make these, I know there something like this is available. So I'm using my gum eraser. So that will just pick up any excess little dots of glue so that they don't go anywhere, because as I mentioned, these are really, really sticky. So I'm adding them to each of the four corners of my card. And then the last one I will add there. Yeah, this is like super, super handy, but I have quite a bit. And like I said, I've had these for eons. So they do last a long time, depending, on how much you use it. But I really only use it for these type of things. right, so I'm going to go ahead and take my gum eraser and just pick up any extra adhesive. All right, so there it is, and I think that was the perfect little gold touch. I really love that. So now I'm going to add the sentiment little tag at the top with another little Anna Griffin bow. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and take a glue dot and attach it to the top of that little tag, like so. All right, so one of the ribbon ends was not falling where I wanted it to. So I'll fix that in a moment. So this is a sticker, so I'm just going to go ahead and peel off that liner adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and add some more of my own glue because sometimes, these don't stick as well as you want. So I always reinforce it with some glue. So I'm going to go ahead and also take a little bit of glue to hold down that ribbon so it doesn't cover up the sentiment. So I'm going to hold it there. I use my my little oh my goodness, tweezers. Hello, just to help me hold it down. Now I'm using my anti-static powder because I did not want anything sticky at the top. So I wanted that to kind of float freely, and so that would unstick the back of that little tag. And this finishes up this card. I'm just going to add some little final details and touches. Here are the cards for today. So I made this one with you right now. So with sincere condolences, remembering the life of someone special and sending thoughts of sympathy. So these inserts came with the kit, which I appreciate because this is the hard part of making sympathy cards for me, or one of them, I should say, for sure. Probably the toughest for me. So there's that one. Here's the second one we made, thinking of you and wishing you peace. And then the inside, you are in our thoughts, and that's where you will stay. So sorry for your loss. So that's lovely sentiment. And these are the other ones that I made. Now I took inspiration from the inspiration sheet because I think that's the purpose, but I didn't do exact matches because I don't have any of the border dies. As many things as I have from Anna, I don't have any of these, so I just used what was in my stash, but I think they still came out nice. So let's go over those. Okay, so here's the next one. So just this tad of gold on the side. Memories are the gifts loved ones leave behind. And then thinking of you each day, sending prayers for strength and carrying thoughts for comfort. So there's that. So on all of these, I added a little bit of that shimmer, and it's just very subtle. It's not like glitter in your face because I don't think it's appropriate. And then the little pearl detail. Here is the next one. So it says in loving memory. And now this one I used the vellum that comes in the kit, and it's such a beautiful detail. I feel like I don't use vellum, especially colored vellum, enough, but having played with it with many of these cards, I am totally feeling this vellum. So such a soft addition, but it's an additional detail, and it totally stands out, but it's not really blatant and in your face, so I really, really like that. So in loving memory, remembering the life of someone special and sending thoughts of sympathy. So that's that one. And then the next one is this one. So I just like that, kind of going off one side. So with deepest sympathy, may the stars carry your sadness, may the flowers fill your heart, sending sincere condolences. So that one's nice too. And here's the next one. So this one's like lilac and purples, which happen to be my favorite color. Now, for these that you see, these are actually border punches. So these are old punches from my stash. I don't even know. This is Martha Stewart. I don't even know if they make these anymore. But vellum punches through these like butter. So um, I basically took a strip and then punched on both sides. And so that's how I got that little bit of decor. And the same thing happens with like this one, for example. That's two punches that I just layered together. So yeah. And the next one, so with this one, I kept it again kind of neutral because I have a male sort of in mind, or an older person, extending deep and heartfelt sympathy to you and your family. So there's that one, and it has just a little bit of that shimmer. And the last one is this one. And so again, I just used that border punch. There's actually two. So I punched this design on this side and then this wavy design on that side and added a little bit of pearls. So this one says, love every memory, hold on to hope, take time to grieve. Thinking of you with heartfelt sympathy. So that was a lovely sentiment here as well. So these are all my sympathy cards. I'm so grateful that Anna has created something so beautiful, so heartfelt, that I can then give to someone who needs, a bit of encouragement. And I feel very proud to be able to give these cards out. Unfortunately, in these situations where cards like this are needed. Anyway, I am so thankful for you sharing this with me today, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, bye. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I super appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely crafternoon.